Welcome back to another episode of Build and Drive, where today we're going to be replacing our Serpentine belt. So here I have two Serpentine belts. This one's for a minute, but this is your Serpentine belt. It's what drives your alternator, your AC, your power steering pump, and it's connected to the crankshaft. It has these little grooves here that ride on the different pulleys to make sure it doesn't skip or jump or fall off. And you want to be checking for any cracks or drying or whatever on them. Make sure they're nice and fresh. Make sure the edges are not frayed or cracked or broken off, which we'll see in a moment on mine. But you want to check this every so often. I'm going on a long trip. I've been using my AC a lot, and I'm going to show you why we're changing it. The tools you're going to need are a Torx T60. I have a little adapter here for it to go from a 1/2 inch to a 3/8 and then down to one of these adapters. This is a 5/16, but you can just buy a T60. I don't have a T60. This is a T55. It should work, but I'm gonna buy a spare T60 that's all in one piece that goes on a 1/2 inch breaker bar. I always carry this breaker bar around with me in the trunk, so that I can, if I need to, I can take this off if something ever happens and replace it. This is my spare one that I've been hanging on to for a while. I put a new one on about 30,000 kilometers ago, and I'm gonna change it out for this one again. This one's in perfect condition. So yeah, breaker bar and a T60. So figuring out which belt you need, normally it's written on here, the part number. This is a BMW belt, and it's been all rubbed off, but that's okay. You need to go to realoem.com and put in your car, and what it will tell you is the size of the belt. So this will be a 6PK 1990. So that's the length, 1990. And order yourself a belt. I'll put some links in the description to some belts, but order yourself a belt, order yourself a tool, and you guys can do this yourself and replace this. Save yourself probably like $100 at the dealer for doing this. So now I'll show you guys how to do it. So here's what you need to do. There are two little screws here. Mine are already taken out. That allows you to pull on this little intake vent. And down in here, you'll see your Serpentine belt. This one, the edges are cracked and frayed, or we'll just take it off and then I'll show you. But if you start here at the top, I know this is a little hard to see. If you start here at the top, this is your alternator. It goes around your AC, back around this pulley, around the crankshaft, the harmonic balancer here, around this way on the power steering pump. Then there's this alternator pulley bracket thing, and then around the alternator again. So please take a good look at that. I'll try and maybe pull up a diagram on what it looks like here, so you don't forget how to route the Serpentine belt. So next thing we need to do, right in here on your idler pulley, this is your idler pulley, it bends this way. Sorry, it's pushing with pressure in that direction to tighten the belt, and it bolts to the block right here. There is a little, can you see that with the light? There's a little spot there for a T60 Torx bit, and we're going to place our T60 Torx bit right here. That's why it's good to carry around one of these. Then we're gonna put our breaker bar on here and bend it counterclockwise to release the tension on the belt, and the belt should slide off. Okay, so let's try this. Clip this on like that, and then all we're gonna do is twist it counterclockwise like that, and the belt is now loose. I hope you can see that, and I can just slide it off. That easy. You can take this off and of course drop the bit. This is the old belt. As you can see, So you can't really see so well, but this got chewed up on this one side, and it's actually missing. It's missing a groove for a little while there. So something took a chunk out of it. I'm not sure what.
Not sure what.
Holy crap, we're slow. Dude. Then it's fine the rest of the way around. But maybe I put it on the wrong groove initially, or I don't know, something happened and it grenaded itself. That's cool to see that there's some wire reinforcement there. But this belt otherwise is in good shape. There's very little cracking. I'm just going to keep this one as a spare now in the trunk, and we're going to put this one on. As I said earlier, now's a good time to check your pulleys here. If they rotate freely, I mean, I feel that's pretty good. They're a little noisy. There's no play. This one has a little bit of play. What do you guys think? Are those pulleys still good? I think they're still good. No play on the alternator. No play on the power steering pump. But I know my power steering pump is super noisy. So I may want to change that. I think it may die soon, but we'll see. So let's put this belt back on here. First, start at the AC. That's probably the hardest one. There's a little clip here you can undo to pull this out of the way a little bit. But we're gonna just kind of shove this in there, push it flat over this pipe. Hope you guys can see that. Get this out of the way. Push it flat like that. A little bit awkward. And make sure it's onto there and not skipping anything. Okay, that's good. Just like that. Then I'm gonna go around this pulley, or at least get it started around the pulley, and then we're gonna go back around the crank, kind of like that. And then I'm gonna go around the alternator here, and then this needs to bend and go that way. So we're gonna now take this off, give us some space to bend this way, go around the power steering pump, make sure everything is seated nicely. Okay, just double check everything is seated nicely. And then now I'm pulling on this, check on the AC side. AC side looks like it's in the grooves. And now this is ready to put back on. So just like before, we're going to, man, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm gonna place our little tool here, there. Make sure you put the tool in above the belt, like that. And we're gonna get our breaker bar. And we're going to twist it again clockwise or to the right, like that. And then we're gonna slide on our belt. If I can actually slide it on. Okay. Now that we're here, I'm gonna make sure that it's lined up. So it's not lined up on the crank. So now I'm just gonna fiddle with it to make sure that everything is lined up. Like I can see it's not all the way on the crank here. It looks correct on the AC. And it looks like it's too far over here on the power steering pump. So I'm gonna fiddle with this now. Watch out for a situation like this where your belt isn't on the grooves. See what I mean? Because if you're belting on the grooves, it's gonna shred. Maybe that's what I did to the other one. Maybe that's what I did. So I'm gonna adjust this now. Make sure your guys' belts are all on the grooves. Okay, everything looks like it's on there. So let's start up the car and see if it actually worked. Yeah, everything looks good. So guys, that's it. That's how to replace your serpentine belt. Super easy DIY. Don't get robbed by the dealership doing that. Super simple. You only need 2 tools. And yeah, you're gonna get a little bit dirty. But if you're interested on how to bypass your AC, then I show you guys in the next video how to bypass your AC if your AC is dead or making a terrible noise. I'll show you guys how to do that in the next video with this guy. Took some trial and error. I found some other people that did it online, but stay tuned for that video. See you guys in the next one. Ciao.